Hello, everyone. This is Tim, and tonight I want to talk to you about how the rapture actually happens. We're going to take about 3 minutes to cover this, so it's a short, but bear with me for the 3 minutes. How does the rapture happen? Everybody talks about when, and it certainly will be soon, but exactly how? What actually takes place? Are you just sucked up into the air? What's really going on? Well, there are several raptures in the Bible. People don't even think about them. The first one is back in Genesis with Enoch. The Bible says, and he was not, for God took him in Genesis 5:24. In 2 Kings chapter 2, the prophet Elijah goes up. He's taken up to heaven, and he's taken away in the chariot of fire and horses of fire. He goes up by a whirlwind into heaven. This chariot shows up. His servant Elisha calls it the chariot of Israel. Now, I want you to know in Psalms 104:3 that uh, David writes that who maketh the clouds his chariot. And in Psalm 68:17, we read that the chariots of God are 20,000, as in Sinai. That references back to Exodus 19, where you get the Ten Commandments in Exodus 20. But in Exodus 19, the Lord comes down in a thick cloud, and that cloud comes down onto Mount Sinai and is there for a while. In fact, the cloud follows the children of Israel for 40 years, leading them through the wilderness. So this is more than just a weather cloud, it's a vehicle. People are taken up in this vehicle. For instance, Elijah there early. Let's go to the New Testament. In Luke chapter 9, you have Moses and Elias showing back up. And in Luke 9:33 through 35, a very key passage there, Moses and Elias come. And when they're departing, it says, and they, which refers to the disciples, feared as they, Moses and Elijah, entered into the cloud. And then a voice comes from the cloud. This is my beloved son, who I'm well pleased, hear ye him. That's the voice of the Father. So the Father is in the cloud, and Jesus is on the ground with the disciples, and Moses and Elijah are getting back up into the cloud. After Jesus' death, burial, and resurrection, he ascends into heaven in Acts 1. In Acts 1:9, it says, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. So they actually see Jesus going up, and a cloud, a chariot, receives Jesus out of their sight. In Isaiah 19:1, it says, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud. In 1 Thessalonians 4, Paul refers to the church that were caught up together with them in the clouds. And in Revelation 1:7, it says, behold, he cometh with clouds. And in Revelation 11, verse 12, you see that Moses and Elijah go back up into the two witnesses after they're killed. After 3 days, they get up, and they're ascended up into in heaven into a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. We're going to go up in clouds, but these things are the chariots of God, and there's a whole fleet of them. Just get ready.